If you missed it, this is how it went down on NBA TV. How about this to start off your preseason schedule? Dame versus Steph, two of the top three scorers last season in the NBA. Steph here to Draymond Green. Oh, not much offense for him, right?
No, not much.
He can do that, though. Andrew Wiggins, vaxxed and scoring.
Ready to go.
Here's Jordan Poole, a sign of things to come. He knocks down the triple to end the quarter. Now C.J. McCollum gets into the lane. Score tied at 29. Starters played about the first half for both teams here. Curry, the no-look feed.
Good hands, and once again, Wiggins, he still has that athletic ability.
Robert Covington to Dame Lillard. Yep. Lillard, 5 threes in the second quarter. He was 5 of 7, 19 points for Dame.
Deep money ball.
We were tied at 60 at the half. Third quarter, Steph playing at the beginning of it. Steph, what did he get?
A little reverse layup on that with some cookies.
Now, Steph from deep. You better get up on him closer than that.
Yeah, that's from the Bay.
Curry had 13 points. Juan Toscano-Anderson to Jordan Poole.
Confidence right there, baby. That's sheer confidence.
Jordan Poole, how about this?
Confidence.
Logo Dame.
Huh? Stop it.
In his house.
Yes.
Jordan Poole tonight knocked down 7 threes, goes off for 30 points. A huge sign. Listen, I know it's game number 1 of the preseason, but the Warriors are looking for bench scoring, maybe even starting scoring. Depends on how long it takes Klay Thompson to play. Warriors attempted 69 threes. If this was a regular season game, it'd be the second most of all time in any NBA game attempted by a team. So the Warriors win big. Chauncey Billups, a head coach for the first time ever. Here he is.
They make it tough on anybody to guard them, but give them credit, man. They play well.
Is it good for you guys to play a team like that, so now you have a lot to go back and look at in terms of the volume of threes and ball movement?
Of course. I mean, there's so many teams that play differently in the league. Obviously, everybody emphasizes the 3-ball, but they're at the top of the list. You know, that team is more than any other team, I think, with their ball movement and player movement. I mean, it makes it really difficult. But, yeah, that's the good thing is we get to go watch the game tonight, you know, and pull the clips and be able to learn from some of the things. We just too many turnovers, really. I mean, a lot of unforced turnovers, just kind of getting the ball, just kind of moving it and throwing it around, being a little bit undisciplined. But it's the first game, man. It's the first game. It's first game jitters. For a lot of the guys, I thought a lot of us just kind of rushed into it tonight, you know, just so antsy, you know, just wanting to be good really quick. So some of these things were to be expected.
Couple points in the preseason you made is ball movement for you guys and paint touches for Nurkic. How'd you feel you guys did that?
We could be a little better, I think. I thought Nurk got the ball plenty, you know. He got it in the gap a lot of times, lost control of it a few times. But he was able to facilitate for us down there. He was able to get a couple buckets for us down there. And that's kind of what we want out of Nurk, you know, at least for right now, for sure, you know, and then we can start kind of moving him around as he gets a little bit more comfortable. But I was happy with his minutes for the most part. And then the ball movement, I thought it was okay. You know, I thought it was okay, and particularly in the first half. And it's easy to move it when you have a Dame and a CJ because they create so much attention. You know, there's so much attention placed on them. So now you have those gaps and those 4-on-3s on the backside, you know, to be able to actually move the ball and get the ball to the paint. So I thought it was okay.
Ant got a bunch of chances to initiate. What do you think about him as sort of that primary?
Yeah, you know what? I thought Ant. I was happy with Ant. I thought he did a really good job. I mean, I think he had 6 assists, 0 turnovers in a game that we all turned it over a ton. He didn't have any. So I was happy with him. You know, he attacked and was aggressive at the proper times, you know, and then he was able to pull back and kind of make plays. So I thought Ant played well.
I feel like Nas was one of those guys that rushed it a little bit.
Yeah, Nas was. He was, you know, I felt bad for him tonight because he's been so good, you know, and I just think he's been working so hard in the offseason, and he finally get an opportunity to play in a game, and he just forced a lot. You know, he wanted it so badly, you know.
Recording in progress.
I understand that, you know. In one of the timeouts, I just told him, just relax, you know, just relax, take a deep breath. You know, everything's gonna be fine, and he'll be okay. He'll be okay.
Should anything be read into your rotation? I see you came up first, and Simons was about to come in.
No, unless you just bored or something. ain't nothing to read into that.
Coach, one thing, I mean, it won't show up on the stat sheet, but I thought Nance set some really good screens. Is
Yeah.
that something you've been seeing throughout?
Well, you know what? Larry's just a basketball player. You know, he's one of the best in the entire league at that. You know, setting those screens or catching, dribble handoff really, really quickly, roll quickly, catch it, make a secondary, another play. He's really, really good at that. And we have to find a way, and we will, to continue to keep getting to know each other on the floor out there. And he's going to be a huge asset for us in the way that he plays like that.
How'd you feel your guys' conditioning was?
So, I know it's only a preseason game, but as Kevin Calabro and Lamar Hurd discussed, this is the first time at any level in any situation or scenario that Chauncey Billups has been a head coach in a basketball game.
Yeah, and talking to Chauncey in Summer League, he's talked to guys like Doc Rivers when Doc got his first job, coming from the TNT booth, going straight to Orlando, and basically picking those brains on what do I need to do. Bringing a guy like Scott Brooks, who just come from being a head coach at OKC in Washington. So I think he's done an excellent job putting the right coaches around him to help him navigate through that. Because face it, Jared, he's thinking like a point guard.
Right.
He's thinking like, how do I, tell guys what to do? But then when they get on the floor, they have to execute what you're telling them. You got a guy like Dame Lillard and CJ, they can do that for you. But now it's how do you coach up the bench? How do you coach up these young guys who's never been in the moments you've been in as a player, and now you're trying to teach them as a coach. So I think he's going to do a fine job, but I say it again, bringing in guys like Scott Brooks is going to help him a lot because they've been there before.
Yeah, it'll be a fascinating story to watch. They're certainly loaded with talent up at the top of the roster.
Right.
You got to find out what the rest of the roster has. And in the Western Conference,